We're here. Yay. Hooray. We've done it. Congratulations. We have decided to play Star Wars again for this month. I'm so glad that you guys were able to be here today. This is me being really excited for this game. I hope that you would.
Internet right now?
Yes. What? This is how I normally talk. This is my level of excitement when in front of a camera. This is how we're going to spend the rest of the session. Laura's like, nope.
Very just like that. Do all your voices.
All the voices are like the same. I'm like, this is me being one character. This is me being the second character.
That's where you have to do a scene with like 3 or 4 NPCs. Don't know.
You can't.
Yoda, my name is. Hello, Yoda. Nice to meet you.
I'm looking for a great warrior, a Jedi master. Oh, master, you say?
That is exactly how I play my games all the time. Yeah, what are you talking about? That's normal. Hello, welcome to Tales of the Hidden Path, where we play a Star Wars game every once in a while in a blue moon, or there is no moon, or that is a space station. Every once in a while on a space station, we play a Star Wars game, so here we are. Right off the bat, we'll go ahead and introduce everybody. So I hope you have your things prepared and you didn't put something in your mouth, because Sai, you're the first one to go. Just kidding. I'll let you swallow. No. Don't die.
I have a master of swallowing. I'm good. I got it. Hi, everyone. I'm gone blurry because of how awkward this is.
It's nice that Zoom does that.
I play Sai, who is a human scout, ace pilot, who accidentally committed war crimes recently. And also, I am DM Shanks from Top Down Tabletop. Feel free to come hang out with us. We play every Monday, every Tuesday, half the Saturdays, and then some other things sometimes. And we have a regular schedule. I don't know what it is.
No.
But yeah, come hang out or something.
Yeah.
Did I cover everything?
Where's the boss?
Lord Seventh, good to see you. So I have a story about Lord Seventh. Lord Seventh and I go way back to one of Mike's fan films where I died. And he has since then been pestering for justice for Aaron since then, saying that the one who defeated me needed to be served justice. One of Mike's most recent videos, the one who defeated me got defeated in turn, and he was like, finally justice for Aaron. So I appreciate. Thank you for being here. That is very nice of you. Okay, Alkura, go for it.
Hi, I am Rachel, also known as Pip. You can find me over at Marquee Gaming, where I play in another game that Mark DMs on that channel, and it's on Sundays at 7 CST. Magic is broken. You can spend channel points to make things more chaotic for us, which chat loves doing.
Always.
And it's a good time, always. They choose chaos almost every time, so that's okay.
It's weird like that.
Yeah. And then I do art too on Mondays at 3:30 CST. So come hang out for that. For this game, I play Arkura. She is a Zeltron Jedi, well, sort of homeschool Jedi, and she definitely has big feelings right now. But ice cream helped. Thank you, Akin.
That's all I gotta say. Beautiful. Then we have Lore.
Yep, that's me. Cheryl or Cherry Bombette from Top Down Tabletop. I am playing on Mondays most of the time, Top Down. Other than that, I play here, and I'm playing a Sentinel Path of the Force Blade Jedi, Sith, who knows what she really is going to be at the end of the day. You know, we gotta love a little chaos. Okay.
Indeed. And then, Akin.
Oh God. Okay. Hi, I'm Martel. I play Akin. Akin's a fire team specialist, which is basically a fighter that tells his friends "good job," and they're like, "Thanks, man," and then they get extra attacks. You can find me here. I don't really go anywhere else. I'm on Wednesdays, where we play Vampire, and I think that's it.
Awesome. I am Aaron. I will be your dungeon master or game master. I guess this is not technically Dungeons and Dragons, so game master for this evening. I am your Grand Moff for the evening. Hear me roar. And we are going to play some Star Wars 5e, a Dungeons and Dragons crossover. Dungeons and Dragons rules with Star Wars everything else. And yeah, so far so good. We've been having a really great time. So, you know, nothing bad could possibly happen here. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Star Wars Stories, Tales of the Hidden Path. All right. Beautiful. All right. Last we left off, our fearless adventurers had just finished exploding part of a building. No, just kidding. Well, only partially kidding because it actually did happen, but it wasn't done on. Well, no, it was done on purpose, but it wasn't done intentionally to blow up the building. Well, actually, yes, it was. So
No, it wasn't. Give me that.
yes.
Marcel Guerrero's like, food.
Yeah. Okay. So our fearless, well, that's not true either. Our adventurers. I'm finding out so much about you guys as I'm finding out myself as I'm saying stuff out loud.
Guy's pretty fearless. He wasn't even afraid of blowing up half a building. So,
but throw anybody with the force powers around him, and suddenly, I'm just saying, it'd be fine. It's fine. Yeah, just don't get inside my mind or make me forget who I am. You guys find yourselves on Nar Shaddaa after finding a few clues leading to the whereabouts of Alkura's parents. Something about them being brought here to meet with a head of the Crimora crime syndicate. It is believed that up until this point, it is believed that Alkura's parents have yet to arrive here. As Asai was able to do a little bit of a shortcut to get to the location to begin with, bringing them about 2 days earlier than normal travel would have called for. In the quick amount of time that they had been here, they have made a couple of friends, met a couple of said friends' cousins, then blew up said friends' cousins' apartment building. In about that order. Also, there was some slicing of videos where a individual matching the description and identity of one of Sai's old, not masters, mentors. It's like the other M word, mommies. No, one of his other mentors. Had been located. Mommy, praise the mother. Had been located here, which seemed kind of suspect at first. So, of course, Sai had to investigate, as did the rest of the group. And music dramatization, please. It turned out said friend was not who he played to be, but instead a changeling. Thank you, Myrtle, for that beautiful reaction. That was straight out of like 1930s Dracula video. No! That was great. Found out that he was indeed a changeling, someone who had taken the form of Tor. After the shootout went awry and a really powerful thermal detonator that you had somehow mysteriously acquired under mysterious and accidental circumstances went off, the crew decided perhaps now would be the best time to lay low. So a few rooms were purchased. Some conversation was had between Alkura and Sai. And to blow off some steam, Akin suggested that Alkura and he go out for a walk. Actually, I think Alkura was just going to go on the walk, and Akin was like, hey, you want to go get some ice cream? So you guys went out and got some ice cream. Whereas Laura and Sai remained at the tavern inn, at the hotel. I forgot I can actually use the word hotel here. And Laura meditating on the use of some dark powers during this last encounter. Sai meditating on what his code of conduct is / should / won't be. We find ourselves here. The one stinger, while out and about, Alkura and Akin spot a familiar face. Well, familiar to Akin, as he sees a citizen here in Nar Shaddaa that appears to be his wife. And that is where I believe we had left off. All right. Let's see. I think we can switch. All right. As you are currently in the city, do this and hope. Oh, that was way loud. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here in Nar Shaddaa, as you are making your way through the streets, you said you were going to follow this person. Now, for our viewers at home, it has been discovered that Akin's wife, and indeed most of the members of his clan, have been cloned. And thus, this individual, while appearing as his wife, is more than likely possibly not. But to be sure, Akin, Alkura, as you guys are following along, moving your way through the crowd, what are... I'll say, what are you doing? But I literally just freaking said it. But like, I don't remember, Akin, did you tell Alkura what it was that you were who was you were following, or did you just say like, "Hey, come this way"? I don't remember. I forgot to look.
So I think I said I saw one of the clones specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I just want to know if I spotted her too when he pointed her out, or did she kind of like disappear? So I'm not really like seeing her very well.
I think you had seen her. I think you know at least as she's. Maybe you didn't see her face, but now knowing who you're tailing, you can see that who the person is that you're following.
Okay. I'm like trying to eat my ice cream really fast so that if we have to do something, like, does it go to waste?
That would be tragic.
It would be tragic.
Hacken definitely took a big bite out of his before he left, so he's got like a little bit of brain freeze. But he was able to, keep it together and, keep his eye on the prize.
All right. Go ahead and roll for me a stealth check, if you will.
That was better. So we are looking at 19.
Could I convince you to let me roll deception to blend in with the crowd more than necessarily sneaking? If not, that's okay.
Yes.
But
yeah, no,
yes.
I could see that.
15.
15. Okay. And what was yours again, Akin? I'm sorry.
19.
19. All right. Let us see here. Is there... Okay. Oh, okay. Beautiful. All right. Just want to double check. You following behind the crowd. You see that this individual is carrying a kind of like a sling backpack over one shoulder, and in the other hand is carrying like a bag in as she's like weaving through the crowd, not wearing any of the Mandalorian armor that you would kind of come to expect. Is wearing a jumpsuit that they usually wear under said armor, but like almost tied in a in the quintessential like mechanic way where it's kind of wrapped around their waist, but then they have like the undershirt on. But so you recognize the jumpsuit would be one that you would strap the armor to, but she's currently like for all intents and purposes a off duty sort of at the moment.
How old does this one look?
Make a perception check to see if you can catch a glimpse. You only saw it for a brief moment, and now have just been watching her from tailing. So
9.
She looks 9 years old. I mean, for clones, it's like hard to tell, right? Like who knows? No, but for real though, she looks probably late 20s or mid 20s or so.
Okay, so closer to
your age,
what her age should be.
Yeah, less. Maybe a little younger, but you only have been able to catch little snippets because it's one of those things where you're trying to stay anonymous as best as you can, tailing her, and so you see the occasional where she stops to wait for a lift, for example, as she waits and she kind of turns, so you see her side profile, and the moment you think that she's going to turn in your direction, I'm assuming, turn the other direction as well. Yeah. All right. When you do so, well, you know what? We're gonna use this roll. Go ahead.
Can I do something
Sure.
while we're walking really fast?
Sure.
I'll just lean up to Ack and be like, "Hey, I could do the mind thing again if we want to talk but not talk. If you're cool with that."
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I like do the telepathic link on him so we could talk in our minds. It'll last like 10 minutes, I think.
Okay, beautiful.
Is that a cantrip?
No, it's a first
Oh shit!
level.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
What level is that?
It's first.
First. Cool. You go and kind of you go up to Akin and kind of like you stare at his eyes for a moment as you like mentally connect, and then you're just kind of smile and like, okay, good, and give him the little bit of like of the all right, we're good in his mind. So you guys know that you are communicating telepathically or have that function now. You said for the next 10 minutes?
Yes.
Beautiful. You see that she is, like as I said, stops and waits for a lift, and then the lift arrives. And what are you guys doing? She steps in. There's like a couple of people that are going in there.
Yeah, we should probably. I'll ask Alcora through the link. You want to go in?
I mean, this is like our only leave right now, so I don't know. What's that stupid?
I don't know. Fuck it, let's go.
Right? There's like there is a couple of Rhodians that go in with her. A really large, blubbery, four-armed individual that just kind of sits there in the back with his forearms crossed. Just looks like he's falling asleep at the back of the lift. And just as the doors are about to like close, you put your hand in there, open it. This, I guess we'll just call her this Lux. This Lux doesn't pay any attention. She is currently looking down at a data pad as you and Alcura shuffle in. The door opens and then finishes to close, and then goes on down. And you can feel the floor kind of drop out below you, as this is like a quick lift as it drops further and further down, passing the current level that you guys are at.
I say in Akin's mind, okay, if this was stupid, then I guess we're like 1 for 1 on like, size thing. And then we'll be even. That's how I'm seeing it.
We'll see how many people get hurt.
Not
Sorry, Mandalorian humor.
So what I'm imagining, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, is this conversation's happening telepathically. How well are you guys able to keep straight faces while you're exchanging? This exchange. Did you say that there might be a little bit of a from Alcura a little?
Yeah. I think this is probably the second time she's really used that very much too. So she's like a little giddy that we got permission for a second time to use it.
Fair. No, it's fine. There is a little bit of like, I'm assuming Akin, being slightly more disciplined, is kind of just staring up at the ceiling at this like fixed point. And then Alcura's kind of just like, hands like playing with her fingers as she's like looking down, and then goes, just kind of like snorts to herself. From the corner of your eye, Alcura, you see this Lux kind of look up over at you and then just like back down, just for a briefest moment. Just like looks up and doesn't pay it any mind. She has not been rolling really high on her perception checks, so noticeable, but probably just whoosh. As you go down, eventually you reach the first level that where the lift stops. Oh my gosh, that was so hard to say. Where the lift stops, the doors open, and the two Rhodians step out, as well as the large man that was in the back, leaving now one other man, Akin, Alkura, and this Lux. Now a lot more. This lift now feels a lot more open and vulnerable. The doors close, and once again, it drops down a couple more levels.
Akin, when the door opens, he sees that she's not moving, and then he sort of like looks at his wrist like he's looking at some kind of data pad or something. And he's like, trying to pass it off as, I don't really know where I'm going, but I know it's not this level.
Right. You get to you've now traveled probably about 10 levels lower than you have been that you are currently staying at. For those of you taking notes, you get to this point and the door it comes to a stop once again, and the door opens. Lux moves out towards the door and says, "Excuse me," and she scoots between Akin and Alkura as she goes out the door. What do you guys do?
I'll look at Alkura and I'll say, "This is it," and then just start walking slowly.
Okay.
Oh, I say in his head too. Like,
There you go. This is it. Are we killing? Where's my mom?
like, that sounded ominous. What do you mean?
Beautiful.
In her head, he says, "Sorry, I'm trying to make this natural. This is I'm not a good sneak."
Oh, okay. You got it.
Beautiful. All right, you guys go out. This level is below enough cloud covers that it was already late in the afternoon, but this definitely feels dark. The air is thicker here. It's definitely probably not necessarily the cleanest air by a lot. So it has this like thick acridness to it of like smoke, smog, and odd sense that it's almost like a humidity that's less about the feel of the air and more about just how much stuff is in it, if that makes sense. You go out into this walkway, and there's a couple of little food stalls here and there that have the bzz, 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 like of the neon signs that cast these multicolored glows. It's very cyberpunk right now, as it kind of casts these multicolored glows as you guys are walking, changing from shades of pink and blue and green and red and amber. How far back are you wanting to stay, Akin?
If there's a bunch of people, probably not too far back, but
you can probably count the amount of people that you can see in front of you on maybe two hands.
Then, like maybe 50 feet.
Okay, cool. You follow along this path. Make what is that? Survival? Make a survival check for me. I always forget which one is which.
Both or just him?
Both of you. Yeah.
8.
I was gonna say, I hope you're gonna save us here, Alcora. Okay, it's 11.
18. Okay. And then what was yours, Akin?
11.
11. Oh, that's right. Okay. And this makes sense because Akin is very focused on the task at hand, not losing the mark. Akura, you guys have gotten far enough in a direction that you are getting pretty close to where the arena is.
Oh, okay.
This is not necessarily like at its base, but you have been heading slowly in that general direction. And you get to a small sub-level like apartment building complex. So you can see that there's a bunch of these like balconies that stick up and out. It almost looks like you stacked 40 cargo containers on top of each other, but didn't like align them all in a straight row, so some are sticking out a little further than others. But so it has this kind of like really disjointed blocky look, but you can see that these are each little square or section is a balcony or abode of some sort, and you see that this Lux goes into this building.
I'll just say in his head, hey, we're near the arena.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, but
Yeah. Think we can get in?
right now? Like, oh, hers? Like where she just went?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know what? Oh, I hate this, but I bet I could get in.
What do you mean? With your the jetpack?
No, with my face.
Oh! I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Shit. This
What do you-
is
okay.
a bad idea.
Okay. Either we can still stay connected for a couple minutes, but
Okay.
I don't know if you going in alone is like the smartest idea.
It's definitely not.
Yeah. Is there any like windows or anything like that we could like look in and see what they're doing, or?
Oh, there's a bunch of windows. Some of them have the lights on, some of them are dark.
What if if I told them you had info about a danger, then
with
you
the
could probably come with
bombs?
me? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. It just depends on how informed they are, because
I mean,
they might recognize me.
that's a good point. Mm. Shit.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
we could go get the others and then come back here. But I don't know.
What if you go get the others and I go in?
Ugh! Wait, I don't know about that. See what happens though. What if you get in trouble and then you don't have backup?
Then I'm screwed.
Well, yeah, that's not. No, I don't want to do that. Then.
Okay. Oh. Can't let this trail go cold.
Okay. Because she looks like the same as the other person.
Yeah, she does.
So, okay. Do we see any way we could maybe like I don't know, I can't picture, I'm really having trouble picturing
Yeah.
No,
how
you're
big
fine.
this building is or anything, but like is there any way we think we could like see what they're doing, or like we could get in? Are there like guards posted out or anything?
There are literally no guards posted. This is the street or alleyway that you are on is probably about 50 feet wide, and then it falls off to the next. It's like you're at the edge of a canyon, right? You're at the edge of this superstructure. This building goes up into the clouds, or up into the smog, you could say. It kind of disappears into this fog layer. You can see up probably about 6 or 7 like stories before it like becomes completely fogged over. It goes probably about 100 feet wide. It's not a very wide building, but this looks like it's just made for, it's either like a hotel, like a quick hotel kind of thing, or just very small apartments. And it's
Okay.
just, it's not massive
So it looks,
by any means.
it looks like it's public. It doesn't look like it's
Correct.
for
It's
Crymora.
correct.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this
For
is-
some reason I was picturing as like a Crymora building. That's why I
Oh,
was
yeah,
so like,
yeah.
oh, we can't go in.
No. This is
Okay.
this is like budget. You know, it's not quite like long-term apartment stay. This is kind of like short-term, short,
Oh, okay.
month-to-month rentals kind of situation. Less like this is where people make their home for a while.
Okay. So yeah, I think that if that's the case, then maybe we can see where, at least what room she's in or something.
Yeah, let's see what we can do. We should should probably message Sai and Lore.
Yes. Okay. I'll like pop up a little text thing
Yeah.
on my data pad. Oh, actually, you know what I'll do? If I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. Like, I don't know what Zippy can do, but Zippy's been with me the whole time. Like,
Okay.
Zippy, send them a message, please, telling them where we are and that there's something suspicious going on. Please.
All right, calm down. We'll say that like there's a little readout there. And he's kind of just asking if you want him to like literally go and fetch them, or if you want to just send a message through the HoloNet.
Send a message, and then if something randomly goes bad, then go get them. How's that?
He beeps in the affirmative,
Awesome.
and then kind of like vroom, like hovers like right behind your back and just kind of like peeks out.
Very sneaky. I love it.
All right, so Akin, Alkura, you're gonna go into the building.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, you get yourself ready. Akin, you have your helmet on or off?
Oh, it's on for sure.
On for sure. Okay, so you're in full Mando getup. You go into the apartment complex. Following into the door that she entered, there is no guard. It just kind of opens, and you guys step inside.
I probably have like a jacket on, so I'll just like flip my hood up just so
Beautiful.
little spot.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, Lore and Sai, what are you guys doing? I remember we left off. Lore was meditating, and Sai, I don't remember what you were doing.
Honestly, after the conversation, I think Sai was just kind of thinking and planning. But I think over the next few minutes while Laura was meditating, he went back through the stuff that he had picked up recently, including that key card that he had data mined a little bit, and thinking about how there is a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a dock for a ship on that key card, and they know that this Tor lookalike showed up on his ship. And so he's kind of been holding on to that for a little while, looking at it, thinking, maybe we should just go take a look. The others don't even know Tor, you know. But he also doesn't want to necessarily interrupt Lore's meditation, at least at first. How long does Lore remain meditating?
It's been like 5 minutes. How long could she possibly be meditating for?
That's exactly how Sai thinks.
It would depend. If he's being like obvious that he wants to talk with her, she would probably notice like almost right away, like keep an eye open and be like, what's on your mind?
Yeah, he's definitely like he's like tapping it against his hand and like shifting uncomfortably in his seat. And he's like,
Beautiful.
Listen, I know we probably should send word or something first, but they went to clear their heads and everything, and my head's just getting cloudier and cloudier the longer I sit here. I've got this card, and I'm pretty sure it opens up that hangar that Tor's ship is in. Maybe we should go take a look.
Yeah. Let's do that. If your head's not able to be cleared, well, that's where we should go. And I would be lying to say I wasn't curious as to what we'd find there.
Yeah, we need to know what happened. We need to know where Tor is.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I guess we head out.
Should we leave a note or something? Should we send word on the communicator? Do Alkura and Akin have communicators?
No idea.
Akin.
I feel like you know Alkura does. She probably like texts you randomly, like.
Yeah, we must know. Like I would
We
know.
never
like,
split up though.
but yeah, we
Well, no,
haven't
I'm
split
saying
up,
she
but-
probably texted your communicators in the ship, just like, "Can I come talk to you? I'm bored." So.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh my god, look at this droid video.
Just droid on a wheel.
Yeah.
droid
Isn't
talk.
it cute? She's that friend that like she sends you like 15 TikToks every night, and it's like, watch them.
you haven't responded to any of them. This is just making sure that you saw them, that I sent them to you, and you're like 25 unread messages in the last hour alone.
Then Sai's gonna send like a pulse communication, like something that's not on like the open airwaves kind of thing, and just be like, you guys take as long as you want. We're gonna go look into Tor's ship again. Leave it at that.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. So you go to investigate Tor's ship. It is not a quick journey from where you were at, because you have traveled quite a distance to get here in itself. But you do it will take you, we'll say it's going to take you a good hour probably in just like navigating the levels, and then kind of just like backtracking to where your ships are located, where your ship is located and where the ship is located, because that was also on the same side of town, on this whole planet-wide city, but in the same general vicinity at least. So this would be a good opportunity to probably also move your ship a little closer if you so desire, to do so. Make perception checks, both of you, for me.
Oh shit! I don't have dice.
I know, I realized that too.
Good.
Listen, it's been a month, okay?
Why are you here?
I can roll for you.
Whoa.
On my streams, we use a virtual tabletop, so I didn't even think of it.
True.
Just use a dice roller. It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing that right now for the time being.
I literally-
It was
Grab my dice.
perception, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So I rolled a 19.
22.
plus-
Beautiful.
24.
All right. I'm gonna keep a note of this. Okay. As you guys are making your way back, I'm assuming you guys probably aren't gonna be like necessarily chatting it up or anything, right? Just kind of focus on what you're doing.
Yeah.
You guys seem like, let's just go. Though your walk and talk includes and that's about it. the occasional
We exchange tactical information. It's like, watch that guy on the right. Like that's like all
That's
they say as
about
they
it.
walk through
Yeah.
this city.
Yeah. The occasional shared eye glance, just rolling your eyes as some like drunk Rhodian is like, the best, and then like falls over the ledge and falls probably, to the level below or something,
He fell off the level?
Yeah, falls up to the next level down. Some things happen. All sorts of crazy stuff happen.
Yeah, that would get a big eye roll from Lore.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Side's like, I don't feel so bad anymore. People always falling around here.
Well, you hear him crash into like a cabbage cart on the level below. My cabbages, but it's in Huttese, so it's with the cabbage. or something along those lines. I could be slightly mistaken on that one. In any
You really
case,
upset Cabbage the Hut down there.
Oof, that is one that you do not want to hear. It was a cabbage. There you go. Perfect. I will say, in this high perception check, you do pass another news feed. Most of it's commercials. Most of it's like, advertisements for gambling. Come to Nalhada for the best in casinos, etc., etc., etc. And then a brief flash of an image catches your eye, Sai. It's the apartment complex. And as you kind of like do a quick double take, it's showing some images of individuals, people that were lost. Whoa, calm down. That was not the song I was looking for. Two faces are extremely familiar. Hold on, let me get his name again because I forgot it. I had it in my head and then it went away.
Oh no.
You see Pungi's face and his cousin. On the list of deceased.
Yeah.
And you keep walking?
Yeah.
You go and make it to the ship. And because time is willy wonky. Go ahead.
Just because I know that lore is particularly attuned to sensing others' emotions and everything, there is like a moment where it like bubbles up in him, like, I'm just as bad as the people I'm fighting. And then very quickly he just shoves that down. No, mine was an accident. They intend to do harm. You gotta keep fighting. And he's just kind of like breathing through, trying to believe that the whole way to the ship from there.
Laura is going to sort of look like, just turn her eyes towards him to see if he was okay. Sort of seeing that internal struggle, but then that he sort of pushes it down. She'll put her hand on his shoulder for a second and quietly say, "It's okay."
Gonna be. Eventually.
Let's go find Tor.
Yeah.
You make your way the rest of the journey to the hangar in question, where Tor's ship stands alone on this locked and solitary pad. You take the key card out. Kind of hesitate for a second before sliding it in.
Yeah.
The door opens and no, I'm just kidding. There is no alarm. I just knew you were holding your breath, so
That scared me.
So scared. I was like, "Oh shit!"
I would have dealt with that. I would have dealt with it.
It would have been fine. We're all good. We're all
I
good.
feel like we'd be flying off of the planet.
Yeah, we'd take the ship. We would go
just go
somewhere else.
We would just be like, Akin and Nakura Akin can pilot. They have a way to get onto a ship. They'll be fine. We're out of here.
I wouldn't have gone off world. I just would have
yeah.
gotten somewhere else. Yeah.
Right, of course. Sorry, I could not resist. I knew I've been wanting to use that sound effect for so long, and I finally had a perfect opportunity.
Feel free to really use it. I'm good with everything.
No, but the gate does, the airlock does like move, and the gate kind of moves up to, off to the side, and you can walk down the gangplank towards the ship. Those like these little like side lights on the passage on the like the walkway out that kind of just go psh, 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 that light up as you guys are approaching, and you get up to the ship, and as you approach, the gangway plank thingy goes all the way down, and you're able to board the ship.
Is this the same ship that I saw Tor leave in when he gave me his old ship?
It looks like it. Everything seems to match on the outside.
Fair enough. Then I'm going to start searching for any evidence of him having been here, where he might be, if there's any remnant of him still being here. I don't know. I don't even know what to be looking for, but searching the whole ship.
Beautiful. Make a tech check for me.
Ooh, a tech check, eh?
Well, I figure if you're going to be looking through, well, we'll do two, because one will be like looking through. I'm assuming you're going to look through some of the computer system.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah.
At first, I was searching the ship itself.
So investigation then, first of all.
All right, that's going to be a 16.
16. Beautiful.
Laura's probably going to be doing the same thing.
Okay. What was yours?
It is a 19.
Beautiful. The door, do you close the gangway behind you or leave it down?
Yeah, let's close it. Let's close it as we come in, just because we don't want to be. Yeah, we don't want to be interrupted.
Beautiful. The gangway closes up again. And you guys start to explore Tor's ship. And as the lights turn on, you see that this place looks a mess. It has been, wouldn't say ransacked is kind of the direction I'm going. It just looks like it hasn't been taken care of. Maybe not that it was necessarily searched, but just there's just stuff everywhere. You see piles of clothing, different kinds of clothing. Some of it rather ordinary, some of it rather fancy, some of it male coded, some of it female coded. Like there's just a slew of clothes, and the kind of looks like a garage cell kind of just exploded inside of this ship. You see boxes and crates of like random knickknacks, some of it mechanical in nature, some of it not, some of it decoration. It just looks like, if you had to imagine a person who is almost literally a chameleon and can change who they are depending on whatever mission that they might be on. This is the tools of the trade that you would need for that. Different clothing for different personas, different tools or instruments, things to sell, things that maybe have been bought, that then were just immediately discarded. The cargo hold itself this, seems rather empty, but shows sign of heavy use. Like there's a lot of scraping of like heavy things have been like moved across the floor, or there are plenty of the buckles and nets that are required to hold cargo down, which under most circumstances you probably wouldn't need to buckle or hold down as much cargo unless you're planning on doing some really crazy maneuvers perhaps. So again, a lot of signs pointing to a lot of use. but nothing that you see here reminds you of your mentor.
No, for sure. He was super organized, kept everything exactly as it should be.
No damage at all to the ship.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember one time I put a scratch on his fighter. He made me do push-ups in the rain all night.
As one
Yeah.
does.
I'm not going to mention what I did, but he was not happy.
Yeah, he told me about that. He's still not happy about it.
Damn it. Yeah, it looks like he's been long gone.
He hasn't been in the ship for a while. And at least not by his own will.
Mm-hmm.
This guy wasn't that tough.
Yeah.
He was a challenge, but he wasn't a tour level challenge, so what the hell happened here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to check the logs, and with that, so it's going to open up the ship's computer.
Okay. You go over to the console and for the computer and start to plug yourself in. It's encrypted.
All right, I'm going to use my slicers kit then to break the encryption.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a tech check.
Slicers kit check?
Yeah, is that under tech or is that under sleight of hand?
It would be intelligence, but then it'd be your slicers kit if you have proficiency in that,
There you go.
which I do. Yeah. So that makes it a 17.
Beautiful. You hold on. I need to find the right thing here. It's a little more dramatic than I was intending.
I was just about to type this music scares me.
Evil.
Actually, you know what? Let's do the Undercity because that's where we are. You slice. It's not enough. You see the little flash of red on there.
Can't break his encryption. I don't remember Tor's encryptions being this strong. Maybe he got better. I was always better at this sort of thing than he was, though. I might need more time.
I'll stand watch, make sure no one comes. Somewhere.
Try it again.
I'm gonna, yeah, although I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
There it
It's
is.
the music.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some time and give it another shot.
You do it. Do it again.
Do it again. Let's hope I can roll better than a 10. I cannot. That's a 2, so that is a 9. I want my dice. They're so far away.
You see that there's a comm coming in.
To the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, darn. I don't think I have any tech powers left. I don't have any tech powers left. All right, I'm just going to answer it.
Yeah.
A hologram pops up. And an individual forms before you.
Go on.
Who?
Meanwhile, in another part of the city,
That was
Listen,
Oh my god.
I've been watching enough Andor right now to know exactly when to cut the scene to make you keep
what?
watching.
100% respect. Yeah.
All right. Akin, Alkura. You walk into this dungy like hallway with a staircase that kind of leads up. You can see a couple of doors with the various numbers in Arabic, kind of like stenciled over over the doorways. Walking in, there it does have a little bit of a spiral staircase up. As you guys are walking inside, make a perception check for me. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna knock this stuff over.
14.
14?
15.
Beautiful. It's enough. About 3 levels up, you hear a door shut.
Oh, I forgot I could talk in my head. I guess it was 3rd level. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotcha.
As we're like, I'm sure we're like starting to walk up, but as we're walking up, I'll just be like, are we just gonna like go see where she's at, or like, what's your plan?
I don't really know. We should check first to see if there are others around here. If it's just her, then it's only one person. We can potentially get information out of them.
Okay. Nicely, maybe?
Ideally.
Yeah. Okay. I feel bad for them.
Yeah. Me too.
You go up the stairs. You get to the 2nd floor, and there is this hold on, I have this open for a reason. There is no, that's not the Kubas. What's the name of the little guys that look like bats?
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
I know.
KYTH something.
See, and I thought it was Kubas, but it's not. The Kubas are the ones with the mask. It's like he's got like macaroni on a nose. But anyway, yeah. What did you say? KYTH?
I think it's KYTH something, because you fought like 4,000 million of those on KOTOR and KOTOR 2. But I don't remember like the full name. I might be totally off too.
It is called a Chandrafan.
What?
Yeah. See, yeah.
What am I
Close it.
thinking?
I don't know. Chandrafan, like spelled like that. Yo, Joker, what's up? Okay. You see this little passed out Chandrafan just like he's like dreaming and drooling. He's got like a bottle that's half of his size, like around his arm. He's just like, and just kind of goes. You just like carefully walk past him. This is the Star Wars equivalent of like as ghetto as possible. Like, well, no, actually, this is probably worse. But this is, like this is definitely a rundown place, and this is not a place that is that great of a spot. But you make it up to the 3rd floor, and you see a large sitting like on a upturned bucket and just kind of sitting in the corner smoking a death stick is a large bulky humanoid man. Just kind of looks your direction just kind of casually and just kind of like
Anyone I recognize?
Make a history check for me.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh, 12.
Okay. I'm gonna say no, just because his face has probably been beaten to a pulp and then reset and restored. He doesn't really have any familiar features. He just is kind of like, have you ever seen boxers' ears? It kind of has a lot of that like scar tissue below the surface that just kind of like adds these weird distortions to like cheekbones. Like he's definitely seen a fair amount of fights. It's not even super scarred. It's just this like callousy texture to his face. If this was someone,
Tor, isn't it?
if this was someone that you
Found him.
if this was someone you recognized, he has been beaten so far either into unrecognizable at this point. But he just I mean, and he's not dressed in armor of any sort. He is also just kind of in some really baggy, like almost cargo pants sort of situation, and then a greased out shirt. Probably he looks like a mechanic or a mechanic of some sort, just like there. It's like standing there in the corner. But you are on the third floor. There are, we'll say that there are five. There are five because there's 3 on one wall and 1 on each of these walls before you go back up again. So like 3 small units and then 1 on each side unit. And he's kind of sitting in this like first corner. As you come up the stairs, he is in the first corner, like directly in front of you.
Any indication of a door that was just opened?
No, they all kind of look the same. Do you, as you were walking up, would you say that you hesitate?
Probably, yeah.
Alcura's like looking confident, but like she's totally just following Akin's lead. So if he hesitates, like she like stops behind him, like.
Right. In that case, it's like a couple seconds go by, and then the guy, can I help you with something?
The woman. Which one?
You will have to be more specific. There's plenty of them that work and live here.
How about the one that was here less than a minute ago? Just walked in the door.
What's it to you? Like,
He thought she was cute.
he flicks the desk stick a little bit.
It
He wants
takes
her
Akin
number.
a lot to not react to that.
Make a persuasion check, Alcura.
Yeah, she like pops out behind him, like he just wants her number. She's really cute.
What? Take advantage because I'm trained in persuasion. We'll say, Aaron, that I'm
26.
looking bewildered and embarrassed, which seems like the
To-
perfect reaction to that.
Because you're just like, what? No,
What do you mean?
Don't
never.
tell him that.
What was the total, Alcura?
26.
Freaking A! All right, cool. Well, he's just kind of like, I don't think that she's working at the moment, so I don't know if her husband would approve.
Insight. Does she have a husband?
Insight check.
It's a where's my insight? 18.
Okay. You he kind of just he kind of shrugs. It's like,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I'll just say in Atkins' head, he's totally playing innocent, or he's trying to buy time.
Akin will say, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take."
Jesus. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The dating advice you always needed.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
He just kind of goes, sounds like you're a poor shot then.
You want to find out?
Akura, you have surface level thoughts, right? You can read surface level thoughts. Not that you have surface level thoughts, but
I can read people's emotional shifts and their intent with how they say things. I'm good on picking up on vibes, basically.
There's a tension building in him.
Okay.
Can I say I said that not as a threat?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a tension building in him right now.
Okay.
You see that his hand is kind of oh god, this is the worst sentence I could possibly devise. His hand is fallen out of sight between his legs, but on the the inside of his leg. So from where you're sitting, where you're facing, he is sitting that way, right? So his legs are the opposite direction. This hand is kind of gone to the inside of his thigh, as he's just sitting there smoking.
Can we just talk to her really quick? That's all we're trying. Just for a minute. It won't be a big deal. Promise.
Who are you?
I like
He gets up and stands and just keeps going. This slouched, bad postured position kind of hid a little bit this 7 foot tall man, this beast of an individual that just stands up, and you just
You
massive.
look like an old guy, Aaron.
Older guy, yeah.
Akin is going to take off his helmet.
His eyes kind of narrow. Well, at first I was wondering why you were wearing such strange colors, but now I'm even more confused. What division are you with?
I pull out my Crymora badge. And I go, it was a test. You passed.
Dang! Smooth move, princess. Okay, all right. Another persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. I forgot I had that till 3 seconds ago.
No, but it cinematically that was really good.
28.
Is that
Thank you,
not
11
a crit?
persuasion. That's 18 on the die.
my
So I have
God.
11 persuasion. She's very persuasive.
Yeah, Disney princess, you can get away with murder at this point. Híjole. All right, cool. He just kind of like he militarized straightens up all of a sudden, and then he just kind of nods, and you see in his hand this. For most individuals, this blaster would be just a small, like, holdout blaster. You cannot see the blaster in his hand if he was holding it like this. Like, it is just perfectly the size of his, like, palm and fingers. But for you, it would just be like a pew-pew. But for him, it's just like he can hide this, palm it, and, like, nobody would know.
Like a keychain.
He's all back into the with the little what's it called, those little clips that you put the keychains on, hangs from your belt loop. Yeah, it's a perfect. But yes, this tiny little bastard. Yeah, it's still pew pew. You're right. But he like puts it like visibly like puts his hands out, and you can see that it was there, and then slides it into one of the pockets that's on his inner thigh. He points at the doorway like across. You have to go like around to the other side, but it's that doorway across.
Perfect. Good work.
Good work, soldier.
Kind of nods and then gets like walks, waits for you to walk past, looks very like I don't know what to do now, and just kind of like sits back down very carefully, just like, and just like, but now his posture is just like perfectly like straightened. You get to the door, and what do you do?
Actually, I'll just try and open it first. Then I'll knock.
It's locked.
Yeah, so.
You knock. The door. You can hear voices on the inside. People like laughing, talking. And then the door opens. And Cor is standing in front of you. Your daughter. Dressed in regular clothes and a cup in hand, she's like, "Can I help you?"
Room for two?
So her face is like looks at Alkura first, and then clicks and looks at you. And her eyes kind of widen. Mom? Dad? Alkura, you watch from around the corner as a woman and Akin are at the other end of the hallway.
So confusing.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, a hologram has appeared.
You're so cruel.
A man in heavy blaster armor, dark skin, curly hair that kind of sticks up and shocks everywhere. You. The person sneaking onto the ship.
Hi there.
Who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
Well, I guess you could say I'm an old friend of the rightful owner of this ship.
Rightful owner. That's funny. As I recall, the ship was left unattended. Ripe for the taking. Who's to say who's the owner then, when no one's around?
Probably the person who didn't take it when they found opportunity to do so, right?
Perhaps. But in a galaxy like we are in now, what are the rules? You have done me a disservice, and you owe me quite a lot of credits.
I don't know you. I haven't done anything to you, and I don't owe you a damn thing.
I beg to differ. You see, sources there say that there was an explosion.
Narshada, there's explosions here every day.
True. But you have messed with some really finite plans. And I suggest, if you want to live, you listen to what I'm about to tell you. Or another explosion and a ship goes crashing into the dark.
Whose ship, though?
You hear across the vessel a beeping noise. Beep, 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 beep. And then a second. Beep, 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 beep. And a third. Beep, 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 beep. And a fourth. Beep, 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 beep. All of them coming from within the walls of the vessel itself.
Well, you really trust your people, don't you?
You will learn very quick. I do not trust anyone.
Yeah, I got that. Let me guess, this guy was about to put his life on the line for you, and the second his mission was done, you're gonna blow him sky high.
This man smiles. Now you're thinking like a rebel.
No, now you're thinking like the Empire.
And that is where we're going to go to break. Dum dum dum.
Right after the
I
explosion.
feel so much better about himself after meeting this guy. Like, yeah, okay, I made a
blew up
mistake.
like-
This guy's fucking evil.
20 people, and he was gonna blow him way more.
Woohoo! Well, I hope that I love that Lore got it instantly. And I was like, okay, so I know my impressions are not always the best, but I'm assuming.
Oh, that was
No, that was perfect.
fantastic.
I just forgot that he existed until that reminded me.
Beautiful.
I just like went immediately starstruck. I'm just like, oh my god.
Beautiful. All right. Well, we'll be right back. It'll be a quick little break. We just need to refill our glasses and stuff. So we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Ah!
Christ.
Let it out. Just let it out. It's fine. You'll be fine. Everything is okay. Okay. So, here we go. You have this hologram that is here before you. Now, I wasn't planning on doing anything unless something got in the way. And look, something's got in the way. So you either listen to what I have to say or you don't have to listen to anything. Ever.
Sounds real peaceful.
You hear like 3 more start beeping up. Beep 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 beep.
Can you tell me about the owner of this ship?
I don't have to say anything that I haven't already said.
Have to.
We found the ship, and it was abandoned.
Where?
I think we're getting sidetracked. You want to
this
know?
is the track I'm on. You want my cooperation. You answer one simple question. Where?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, I'm not good at those.
You have advantage, though.
I have advantage. Thank
Well,
you to my beautiful
inspiration.
wife. It helped. 16.
The beeping continues. Dantooine.
Lost your foothold here. Sorry, Dantooine?
It was on Dantooine.
All right. Thank you. Now I'm willing to listen.
Good. I had hired 2 of what I thought were the best.
Oh man, I could have taken them out blindfolded with one hand. You thought they were the best?
He just stares. But beeping hasn't stopped, by the way.
No. You've got, well, second best on your comms right now. So let me know what it is you want. And let me know what it is you're willing to offer.
Their task was to set off an explosion at the arena. I see you are aware.
Well, I was following what I thought was the pilot of the ship.
Ah,
Took on his likeness, which makes me think that maybe your story about it having been abandoned isn't true.
I guess there's one way to find out. There are several targets that will be at this arena. Prime opportunity to destabilize relationships between the Empire and the Hutts.
And the Crimora, from what I can tell.
The Crimora are not my concern. The Empire
Fair.
is.
Mine too.
Good. Then we're on the same path.
Well, yes and no. If you can give me information on your targets, I'll get rid of them. But I'm gonna do it without all the collateral.
And you can guarantee the job gets done.
I can guarantee results. This won't be the first Empire officer that I've offed or secret lieutenant of the IBS.
We're
Whatever.
just gonna lean into the picture and be like, we will.
Good. But your targets are not just Imperial. There are some Syndicate faction leaders that will be present. And it will be very
No
unclear
problem.
who is to blame. That is important.
Yes. Tell you what, if you want to blame it on a particular enemy of theirs or yours, send me their information too. I'll make sure that they're seen doing it.
Good. Good.
And in return,
The payment that I was going to give will be yours. As well
and
as whatever other information I can find about your friend.
I want
you-
him and his crew alive and well.
They are not in my possession.
I think you know something, and I think you know you know something.
I do. I know that what is it? Daughter, sister that you travel with, and the other young man aren't too careful about who follows them.
Now listen, we're making a deal here as civilized gentlemen. If
We
you're
are.
threatening my family, you have to know that that reticle's going to be pointing at you pretty damn soon.
Catch me if you can. We'll speak soon. And then the hollow fades out. The beeping continues. Beep 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 and stops.
Sai just like collapses into the pilot chair. Laura, what the fuck did we just get ourselves into?
The wrong side of the rebellion.
The worst kind of rebel, acting like they're doing good and just hurting everyone in the process.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of him before. Not heard words.
And if I had, maybe he'd have been my next target. You ever felt like you're so far in over your head that you may as well start digging?
Yeah, since the day everything went to crap. So it's been a while.
We need to get to the others before Saw's men do.
Yeah. So, how do we get there the fastest?
Not by this ship. He'll trigger it the second we take off.
I was gonna say it's sort of a hunk of junk now with all those bombs.
Yeah, we have to write it off. Back to the Wayfinder, I guess. We can move in a lot faster that way.
Yep.
Do you know where they went?
Have we gotten their message yet?
Probably.
Did it explain where they are?
No.
It depends on how Zippy sent it. 'Cause how adequate is Zippy at communicating messages?
And it went just to our communicators, so it's not like I could use the ship's computer to like try to track the location.
Correct.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the ship. You try to reach them, and I'll see how close I can get us.
Okay.
All right.
Back to the Clone Wars.
Alrighty. Alrighty. So, meanwhile, in a hallway not too terribly far from here, but also far enough away to not be really close. You, Akin, stare down a hallway at yourself, your wife, and your daughter.
How old are each of them? We know how old Lux is.
Other Akin looks probably about early 30s. Core, late teens to early 20s.
Okra was like looking between the two.
You hear other Akin go, Core, go inside. She kind of just looks back and forth. Okay. He goes back the hallway towards them. And you see, as she passes, 1 minute hands are empty. The next, both of them have a blaster. Just in Core's like passing in front of them. They're not pointing them, but they just have them. Other
Can we
Lux.
come in?
Sure. But you stay at the door.
That's fine.
You step inside, and the door shuts. And for a minute, you're bathed in like this dim darkness as like the hallway lights aren't activated. And then as like you finish walking in, both Lux and other Akin, take a step forward, and like the hallway light like activates again, and it just like turns on. And you both are in light again, and you're just doing this like little stare down. Lux, who are you two?
I say in Akin's head, okay, are we saying the truth or are we lying? Your call. I mean, it is you.
Yeah. Let's see how long we can get away with not deciding.
Beautiful. Love that.
Akin's
We'll see.
gonna ask, what division are you?
You can stop with the act. If you were with us, you would have the key card to get in the door. You wouldn't have to knock.
All right.
So you either don't belong to Cremora, or
I don't know if you've looked in a mirror lately, but I think you and I have a lot in common.
Lux looks like she's trying to think of what to say, but it's going to be snarky, and she's debating whether to say it. Who's she?
Friend I picked up.
Hi.
Yeah. Giggles. I remember.
Giggles? What do you mean?
The lift.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I like to laugh. What can I say?
It's fine. It's a cute laugh
Oh,
For-
thanks.
for little girls.
Oh.
In spite of all that's going on, he did miss that snark.
Hacken gets hard eyes for just a second.
How'd you make it past Toby?
Toby. Sucker for a familiar face, I guess.
He's gonna get another beating for that. What do you want?
From who?
The bosses.
Who are your bosses?
If you don't know that, then maybe it's best that you leave now. Perhaps, maybe. You can just disappear. Like none of this ever happened.
I think you know I can't do that. You like these bosses?
They pay good enough.
Is that all you want? Money?
That's what
Seems
we're
like
here
maybe
for.
you care about other things. And he sort of like looks the way that Core left.
Some things are just programmed. We work better that way.
With them talking, do they seem like they are putting up a front? Like, we get paid well enough, like, we don't care. We're just programmed that way. Does it seem like that's sincere how they say that? Or does it seem like I can sense any emotions behind that?
There is a very tall, cold wall that they have put up. Whether it's true or not, the tone of voice alone, just they're trying to keep emotions and everything else to a minimum, and they're just speaking.
Okay.
Minus the snark. That's the only
Snark's not an
character.
emotion. If it was, Obi-Wan would be off the council.
True.
So what happens when you mess up then? Pretty bad punishment. You talking about beating him up?
Pretty much. We are expendable after all.
That's how they treat you? Expendable?
Why did you follow me?
You remind me of someone.
So I'm assuming you're not just an AWOL clone.
No.
Aren't you supposed to be dead?
I think that was the idea, yeah. But I'm a survivor. You should know.
She kind of like glances over at her Akin. Akin is for all intents and purposes like holding back, charging down the hallway. Like he is not like chomping at the bit to cause violence, but you can tell just posture and muscle like twitches that he is like any moment ready to go. He's basically waiting for the signal or a word or something. He's just staring like at Akin.
Where are the others, like me? The originals?
Probably at whatever facility created us.
And where's that?
We're not conscious when we leave. We're conscious when we're there. And then when we arrive at our destination. That's something that the bosses would know.
So I'm gonna have to beat it out of your bosses.
She clicks the safety off.
Well, hold on. We don't really need to fight or anything. I think, like, if you're in a bad situation, maybe we could help. If you don't like it, you shouldn't be like created just to like serve other people. That's stupid.
You're too young to know really anything about clones, aren't you?
Well, you guys might be some of the first I've met. You can tell me what you're thinking, though.
The Empire's made it pretty clear how they feel about clones.
Well, who cares what the Empire thinks? Just, what do you think?
Doesn't matter. We're here to do a job. And we protect the bosses.
I'll like say to Akin in his head, I'm like, do you want me to tell him about the explosives? That might get some goodwill.
It might be too late for that, but maybe.
Your bosses might not be the safest right now because we found evidence of someone trying to plant explosives all over. Not us, but
I was gonna say, as Drew started saying that, Akin's blaster also starts to charge up. Like you can hear the safety go off. He's a little...
I know that sounds like a threat. I didn't mean it like that.
But you finish your sentence and it's just like he doesn't like act on it, but what do you mean? He says.
Like we were following someone and it looked like they were, well, we went to their apartment and everything. That whole thing's blown up, so don't worry about it. But it looked like they were trying to plant some explosives.
He looks over at Akin. That was you? Pretty sloppy.
It wasn't me. No.
That's not really our style.
The Hollow News says different. So what? You came to warn us?
Yeah.
We don't want a bunch of people to die. That would suck.
How do I know I can believe you?
It's a pretty easy thing to verify. You've got people all over the place, I'm sure. Just ask them to look.
She speaks this time. Do you know where?
Did we see blueprints?
I don't
Yes.
remember.
Okay.
You have a
So-
general idea.
Yeah.
What was being scouted out? What part was being scouted out? You can. I would
don't
say
know.
you
Yeah.
can kind of describe it if you want.
Yeah,
Describe
I'll
it.
say I don't know how far along they were, but I can give you a couple of areas. Sure.
In exchange, I think we'd want some info though ourselves, if possible.
Where can we reach you? We have to verify, of course, that you're telling the truth before we tell you anything.
I'm just looking at him. I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
Your call, your call.
Well, we could just stay here. I'm sure it won't take long to verify. Maybe the four of us can step out and leave the little girl in the back.
He holsters the pistol. Sure. We're making spaghetti. Come inside.
I love spaghetti.
This is Atkins' inner monologue is just like, of course they are, because it's my favorite.
That's my special birthday dinner every year.
Oh, beautiful. All right. You go into the room, and around the corner, as you guys walk into the living room, like just on the other side of the doorway, Core is standing there with a repeating blaster rifle, like
That's my girl.
ready. Like she sees her parents walk in, and then watch you two walk in. She kind of does a double take, and then just kind of like sets it down carefully on the side after she kind of gets a little head nod from Mom.
Dangerous piece of equipment there, young lady.
Trust me. I know how it works. She looks over at Alkura. I like your hair. Like, then walks over to the kitchen, gets like plates.
Thanks. I like your hair.
What follows is a very awkward, probably minus Alkura silent, quasi dinner around sofas. Lux, funny Joker. Lux is that, by the way, is my brother. My literal brother. Yeah.
That's awesome.
The Lux for a moment like goes off to the side and speaks into a comm link before you sit down. By the end of the dinner, in about like 15-20 minutes, she hears the beep, and she goes over to like the far corner of the room. Comes back over, puts a comm link into her pocket. No bombs, but
Really?
there was space for the charges. They'd already carved out.
Yep.
So
We
they
didn't know
had.
how far along the process they were.
So someone's been digging, and they've probably been at it for a little bit, considering that we sweep through that area pretty regularly. So maybe your intel wasn't half bad.
You're welcome.
So now that I don't shoot you before you try and leave, yet, what is it you want?
Well,
wanna
I have a
know-
couple questions, but you go first. happen?
Why don't you go first, actually?
Me?
Yeah.
Heard there is a big event happening. So what is it?
The arena holds gauntlets every now and then. They're planning a big one. We don't know much more beyond that. A lot of bigwigs are coming, so they've beefed up security. There's a couple extra clones that are in there.
Do you know who would know?
Probably Baldemiro.
And it's what, in a couple days?
Tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow night. Okay. If we wanted to talk to any of them, do you know where like the area they are, so we could like?
You're not going to have the clearance to get up there. You have to be pretty high ranking in order to get up there. And I don't think they're going to just allow anyone.
Mm-hmm. Well, is it in the arena though? That's where everyone's staying.
Pretty much. Penthouses and such.
Ah, interesting. So that might be why they wanted to blow up the whole thing too. Is like everyone's staying there and
Maybe. Well, it would seem like it. Who were these people that were trying to blow this stuff up?
We're not sure.
they like morphed after we killed them, so I have no idea who they were.
Oh. She looks over at Akit. And you? What do you want?
Like to see my people again. You say I've been dead. Well, that's what I thought about them, too. Are they dead? You think they're at the facility?
We never met the donors, but we assume that that's where they're at, or maybe Baldemiro has them somewhere else.
Sure you understand. They're my family. And I'd do basically anything for them.
There is this moment, Akura, as you're watching these two talk with Akin, your Akin. The similarities are obviously ridiculously uncanny. But when your Akin says that, other Akin looks over at Lux. And you see, for the briefest moment, for the first time, emotion under that facade. As if what Akin had said was true in every sense of the word, across whatever strange scientific genetic bridge that these two have. You see that same loyalty and devotion in other Akin.
Girl smiles a little bit, but she doesn't say anything.
So, was that all? He says. How did you get past Toby?
I showed him my face.
Was that all?
Pretty much.
Well, sorry we can't be of more help, but you understand how it is.
I say in Atkins' head, should I show him the badge or is that like stupid?
I don't know.
Okay, my favorite thing is she keeps thinking that Atkins is gonna be like, let's do this. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. 3, 2, 1. If you think it's stupid, say something by the time I count to 1.
Okay.
To 1. All right. 3, 2, 1.
I'll correct.
say-
Go ahead.
No.
No.
I just go. Well, I have clearance of my own, so.
What do you mean? Where did you get that?
I know the right people. It's real.
It looks it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a head family badge. Why don't we know who you are?
Sometimes a little secret in the family is a good thing, you know? You don't want to have all your cards out on the table. That's not how you place it back. Hold on.
Lux, for the first time, breaks her wall, and there's a small arch of an eyebrow of. You can't tell if it's amusement or just the itsy bitsy bit of impressed.
Yes.
So why don't you just go ask Baldemiro yourself? You have the badge.
That was on the list. I wanted to check all my angles first. If there's anything more you can tell me that you might have been holding back, it'd be great to know.
Persuasion check. With advantage.
Oh, yes, I love this badge. Thank you, Dad. 25.
Whatever they're planning, most of everyone's going to arrive at lunch tomorrow. That badge will get you in the door. Whether you want to be in there or not is up to you, I guess.
So they'll all be at the arena at lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Empire's there too?
Baldemiro likes to pregame.
Big party?
You obviously haven't met Baldemiro.
Pleasure. Soon though.
I would really hate to have to kill you. Don't do anything stupid tomorrow.
Was you talking to Akinmore?
Either one.
Okay. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, I think you guys could always go work somewhere else, honestly.
that wall comes back sterner than ever. It's not that easy.
Where does your loyalty lie exactly?
To the bosses.
What if we requisitioned you?
That's between you and them then.
We have the badge. Maybe that'll happen.
Core leans forward from where she was sitting. Maybe.
Just because we're in the family doesn't mean that we agree on all things. So I think your treatment kind of sucks here. So yeah, we'll see if we can give you a different option. Just think about if you take it, if you got it.
They don't say anything, and there's a growing sense of awkwardness.
Get out of here, Alcura.
Akin gets up. You see him grab some of the discarded plates that are on the little coffee table, and something about his motion is that uncanny. You're watching Akin, but not Akin, do something in a way that is so very Akin. Like, the mannerisms, everything in it is just Akin. He goes over to the sink. Lux stands, Core stands. And they escort you to the door. You get to the door, and when it opens, and you guys step out into the hallway, Lux, Toby, get in here. We need to talk. Like a scolded dog, Toby stands up, and you can see his head bow a little bit, and like he like shuffles past you guys as you guys like go back and around. The door closes behind him and her. And you're in the hallway.
Akin's heart is racing.
I would imagine. What are you guys doing?
Let's get back to the others.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Is Lore's call coming through by now? Or-
This is why journey by an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
Before you guys even get anywhere. Timey-wimey. It's timey-wimey, but we're getting close. You guys start heading back to the apartment.
mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
I put my helmet back on.
Beautiful.
Really fast when we're walking back, can I just ask Akin? Okay, so maybe I'm being a little snoopy here. Family unit.
I should have told you before. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you talk about that? That was probably hard. Thought they were dead?
Yeah. And we still don't even know if that's not true.
Yeah.
You don't need a person to have genetic material. They don't have me.
Right. I'm glad we talked to them, though. It's probably weird, though. I'm sorry.
He's exactly the same.
The other Akin?
No,
Oh,
sorry. She is the woman.
wife.
Yeah.
What is her name? I didn't catch it.
It's Lux. Oh, that girl. Cora, she should be maybe 6 years old now, 6 or 7.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh. I like look back at the direction of like where the apartment was. Like, yikes.
You get to the lift and you wait at the door. As you call the lift, and it's like you're waiting for it to come down. It arrives, and the door opens. You guys step inside, and there's this awkwardness for a second, and then you hear someone on the outside. Wait, hold the door. The door from around the corner, a well-dressed man in a with like a big scruffy beard and his hair tied back in multiple little segments that kind of comes down to the front. His front is like, hey, thanks. Like gets his coat and just kind of like fixes the collar a little bit. Like looks over at Akin up and down as the door closes, going up. He looks over at Akin again. He's like, "Aren't you? You're over at the arena, right? Part of that arena crew, security, whatever."
Yeah.
Oh. Got nice armor.
Yeah.
He like looks over at Alkura, just kind of nods, does like the what's up. You gonna catch the show tomorrow?
Oh, definitely. I heard you can't miss it.
Wow.
Are you?
Oh yeah. Me and my crew are we got some big money placed on these bets. Here apparently it's like a one of a kind show.
What, you're already making bets? I didn't even hear like who's fighting who.
Yeah, they're always the same. Usually it's whatever random menagerie that the Hutts or the Crymora put together against whatever bounty hunters or bounty hunters are up against them. Safe bet, menagerie.
Oh, so that's what you bet for. Yeah.
But hey, should be a good show.
Or it's supposed to be like really special or something, so maybe it's not the same.
You know, I heard that too. But you know how the Hutts are. They like to try and pack the seats however they can.
Oh, so it might just be same old.
Maybe. But something tells me this is a good one. The name's Gandrin, by the way.
Hi. It's great to meet you.
I didn't catch your name.
Look at that. Oh, I'm Alkura.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Alkura. It's a really pretty name.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yo, if you're gonna be at the arena tomorrow, box A. I think we're in the third row. Good seats.
Oh, really? You're inviting
Yeah.
us to hang with you?
Why not?
Oh
You
my
looks
gosh,
like you got protection, and you seem pretty cool enough, I guess.
You seem very cool too.
It's like,
Are you
this is-
from here? Oh, never mind.
no,
I'll talk to you later.
no, this is my stop. But no, I'm nah, outer rim though, but kind of move around a lot.
Oh, okay. You like a special guest then?
No, these guys don't know who I am. They just take my money.
Oh, gotcha.
But anyway, box A.
Okay.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
He like looks at Akin. He kind of like he has this like very playful smirk on his face. He goes, "You missed a spot on your armor," and then he walks out and just kind of like does a little salute.
Damn it, Sai.
I did the best I could.
Clock was on my ass 50% of the time.
Listen, I'm used to cleaning ships, not personal armor, okay? Just take your shirt off and help me with the ship.
There we go. There it is. There it is.
Oh,
You-
was this guy? How old was this guy, by the way?
Mid to late 30s, probably.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. He kind of had, like, he looks like he could have money, but more of like he's like the gambler type. You know, he's got he has a lot. He has that like bravado of, you know, but maybe doesn't always win the bets that he places, but does it good enough that like he's in there. You're like 2 minutes away from the apartment complex when a message from Lore arrives on your comm link.
Nice. I don't remember what it said. I'm sorry. It's been a stressful 30 minutes.
I mean, we didn't even talk about what it was going to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say
okay.
it was just we need to reach out to them.
Yeah, so what should I have said? I have no idea.
I don't know. He told you to reach out to them. We know they're in danger. Like, we know they're being followed at the very least. And as Sai's flying, he's like, "Tell them we're picking them up. We need coordinates."
Send coordinates. You guys are in danger. That's all she's going to say.
I like look at my
They're so cryptic. Even
computer.
with her friends, she's trying to help. She's like, "I'm giving you as little information as possible."
But if it went to the wrong person, who knows how handy
That makes sense.
Laura
You
is.
got a point. You got a point.
Okay. Laura says we're in danger. Send coordinates. I wish she'd send me like a smiley face or something sometimes. But we're in danger.
I just want an
Akin's gonna look
emoji.
around.
I can't ever tell she's mad at me when she sends me text like this.
Maybe she'll like send like something that looks like it could have been her trying, but it's like a 3, a square, and something else.
It's not even anything. Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I look around to see if we're being followed.
Make
Yeah,
a
me too.
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
That is, you know, a butt cube. That is now.
Actually, can I make an insight check to see like if Akin picked up maybe that there was
That's
anything
idea.
suspicious about that guy that just came in here?
Sure.
Okay. 18.
Aside from being overly friendly to strangers, he didn't seem threatening at all. But, you know, who knows?
I got a 12 for perception.
12. On this upper level, now so close to the So close to the apartment, there's so many people around again. And it's now evening, so it's like that dinner time. There's a crowd of people. It would be hard to notice anybody following you specifically because there's a ton of people moving your direction and away from you and just sitting around casually. So it's kind of one of those, you're a second away from tinfoil hat if you're thinking, if anybody's following you or not. It's just like, they're in the walls. At least for Sai and Laura, it was in the walls.
That was actually true. Do we know like where we're at right now? Like, can a spaceship like fly to come pick us up, or is it kind of like banned over there? Like,
not necessarily banned. It's just a lot smaller of a space. You could probably, yeah, because it's just the different levels. So you could get to a spot where taxis or other vehicles normally pick people up, and you can just wait for them there.
Okay.
I'm willing to make the difficult challenge of flying between the levels.
This is not a spot where the ship will fit.
Fair enough.
Well, you can definitely do it, but there will be collateral damage.
And it will be the ship.
And it will probably be the ship. Getting caught up in wires and in laundromat, hanging laundry.
That's one way to find where Tor is, ruin his old ship.
There you go.
We're not in his ship. We took our ship.
That's true.
His old ship, like old.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
The Wayfinder, yeah.
What are you doing to the Wayfinder?
Do you want to find kind of a place that can pick us up then?
Yeah.
I don't see anybody.
I
How would they even know? Are they the ones watching us? Is this a test?
that would be pretty weird.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think they do that considering the circumstances.
Unless they, that would be really weird.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
All right. So
We'll try to.
no problem. All right, you we'll say you do get to a kind of a wider berth area that's usually there for like taxis and there's a couple of like shuttles and buses, public transportation that will take you to different sections of the city, but it also has spot for a ship to come and like swoop in low enough or kind of dock, not necessarily dock for permanent, but at least pull up, temporarily. You can parallel park,
onto a taxiway or something like.
No, onto. I heard onto a taxi, but the taxiway, yes. Just like the taxis there.
Yeah, just crush someone's taxi.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I've committed enough collateral damage. Like, come on, this is a drop in the bucket.
Big bada boom. All right, you guys, easy enough. Within probably about like 5-10 minutes, you guys meet up, and you see the Wayfinder pull up and around, and you're able to get on the ship.
Yeah, basically once they're on board, I want to kind of just move away from the city a little bit, just kind of up and hover around where we've been interacting. And just kind of oversee and see if we can kind of visually locate a closer hangar to maybe a place we can stay that is, close to the ship and close to what we're dealing with.
There are hangars close to the places that you have already that you are staying at, because all your I imagine
we want a new place though, because like we've been followed. They know we're staying there. I want a new place. I want to kind of refresh a little bit and try to.
You want to go back
the followers as much as possible.
You want to go back and get any of the stuff that you left in the apartment first?
I didn't leave anything in the apartment. I got everything in my backpack. Did anyone leave anything there?
I don't think I left anything there.
Hope not.
I don't think I even unpacked, to be honest, because we kind of argued and then
we weren't even we didn't. It's
Yeah.
not like we were like, hey, let's settle in. We went there, had a conversation. People left, and then we left, and then we just
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we just kind of gone out because like the home base is like the ship, so we just
the home
kind of
base is
gone
the
out
ship.
with like
It was
whatever.
just a place to hide out. For a
Yeah,
while.
right. Yeah, we were just
Yeah.
laying low at the apartment.
Okay.
Honestly, we could just stay on the ship. We could find a hangar nearby and stay on the ship.
Yeah.
Probably be
We didn't know where we
cheaper.
were going the first time, yeah.
Mm.
But I'm gonna hover, just like get into hover mode kind of thing, the grav lift, and just kind of stop there for a little while. And uh, I don't know. Sai looks a little spooked, to say the least. When he finally comes out of the cockpit, and he just kind of lingers in the doorway, looking at everyone in the common area. Listen, we got trouble.
Akin takes off his helmet.
Yeah, we're in danger? What?
Well, from what I was told, you were being followed.
I didn't see us being followed.
He gave your descriptions. Maybe he was lying, maybe not.
We were a little occupied, so maybe.
Hey,
Who's he?
don't feel bad. Even the best of us get, Anyway, he didn't leave his name, but he's with the rebellion. I don't.
Bad side.
Yeah, not the altruistic type, though. I don't suspect many in the rebellion actually are.
What the bad rebellion? What do you mean?
Okay, all right. Let's start from what I know.
Okay.
Those two that we killed in that apartment complex.
Yep.
They were working for him.
Okay.
So all those innocent lives and all that collateral damage was part of the rebellion plan.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
you talked to the guy that was their boss?
Essentially, yeah.
Just shoot him?
That's a good question.
Oh my god, would I have
You
loved to
probably
do
want
that?
to.
No, it was by hologram. On
He
Tor's
called
ship.
you? Oh, what?
Oh.
Wait, you went all the way to Tor's ship?
I got restless after you guys left, and I had this key card from those guys, and it got us on board Tor's ship, and there was a call.
And
I was
we
out
almost
of-
blew up.
Yeah, he had it rigged with explosives, so I had no choice but to talk.
Does he love them or something? That's a lot of explosive
Yeah, he loves
things
them.
that going on.
That's
okay.
what I'm learning. Yeah, he's willing to blow up anyone and anything for whatever twisted cause he has. Long story short, he didn't tell me much. He told me that he picked up the ship around Dantooine. I don't know if I believe him or not. It's at least something of a lead. He said it was abandoned when he picked it up, but of course we know his man was looking like Tor when we found him, so that's a lie. Either way, he's pissed off that we put an end to his little plan, and he was going to blow the both of us up. Personally, I was about to let him, but, I didn't really want Lore to have to go down with me.
Let
So-
him. I feel like we need to talk about that later. But
I know.
Listen,
Gotta
this
work on
thing's
your
pretty
survival
complicated,
instincts.
and let's face it, I'm nothing but a cog in a machine that kills people. But
You're not.
oh, okay.
We talked about this.
yeah, but listen, this war's ugly, and it's getting uglier. Both sides are willing to kill just about anyone and anything to get their way, and I don't like it. I don't think that I really deserve to be a part of this galaxy if I'm going to be a part of that bloodshed. But for the time being, we got to at least do the least amount of harm we can. And, well, in exchange for information on Tor and payment that he was going to offer his men, we're going to have to assassinate some people.
Okay, who?
When you say we're going to have to, how is he enforcing that?
Well, like I said, he's been following you. He had explosives rigged on the ship, and I know he knows where Tor is.
Hmm.
If it was a face-to-face meeting, the shoe would be on the other foot.
Oh, well, I guess it depends on who it is, because if it's people that didn't do anything, we probably should think of them a thing. But if it was already, you know, is it? What
Oh,
was it?
well, let me be clear. We're talking about Huts, possibly Crimora, and some Imperials. We're not talking about innocent civilians here.
Okay.
That was who the targets were of those explosives in the first place. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
I said we get it done without the collateral. I think that's the only way to save all those lives in that arena.
And he just was like, "Cool, go for it, random stranger."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You're not wrong to be uncomfortable with that idea.
so like he must know something about you if he was willing to be like, do my mission, or he's
Well,
just like, haha, have fun, and then he has like a backup plan.
Well, let's put it
Sounds
this
like he
way.
does if we was following us.
He said he's got people on my friend and my daughter, maybe my little sister. Who knows, right? He obviously knows we're close. He knows more than
Oh,
we
I
want
thought
him
you were
to
my
know.
daughter. I was your daughter. That's cute.
Yeah. As if anything that could come from me could be so good.
What'd you say?
Jesus.
I actually didn't hear what he said either.
As if anything that could come from me could be so good.
Oh. Right.
Akin
So
kind
we're
of
in a
looks
bad
away when he
situation.
hears the word daughter.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Poor
Chris,
guy.
like looking at him. Okay. We had a little side thing too. So,
Okay.
first of all, we got ice cream. We were gonna bring you back some, but then we got a little sidetracked. So sorry
It melted.
about yeah.
It's in his head. It's just like it's just a paper cup. It's crunched. Like he squeezed it, and there's like ice cream that's now dried on his knuckles.
Don't feel bad. Laura and I had some Corellian whiskey hidden away that we enjoyed in your absence.
Oh, okay. Not as fun as ice cream, but
More fun.
more.
And
Oh.
more fun, yeah.
Perspective.
Do you want to tell Akin, or do you want me to tell it?
I guess I can tell it because it's my fault.
Oh, no, but yeah, okay,
We-
yeah. Go for it.
I saw one of the clones.
Not a
We
surprise.
followed her.
Okay, that's more of a surprise.
Some of them are living here. We
Wait, like living a normal life?
I don't think so.
You're on break,
Just-
kind
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
living here as long as they have a job to do, and they'll leave when it's done.
I see.
of. Like, it's where Crimora houses them or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That seems all right. That's a little bit weird. I thought the clones we were dealing with were more like the mindless, obedient type.
They're not.
So they're just people who happen to share your genetic code and that of your people.
I didn't say this earlier, but I definitely felt some pretty strong emotions flash through sometimes.
Mm.
Care, loyalty for each other. They seem very much like just normal people to me.
Okay, so if they're loyal to each other and they're actually just being used because they're not actually part of this, is there any chance of swaying them against their overlords?
It sounds like they've still got some pretty hard wiring to be loyal to someone. If we can figure out who that is and either kill them or convince them to transfer that loyalty.
Hmm.
I
You think this is like a psychological thing, or do you think this is actually hard coded?
that was hard to tell. I think no matter what though, like I don't they probably aren't technically very old, right?
They can't be.
So if all they've known is you have been created to serve us, how are they going to think any differently? Unless someone
Until
shows
you
them
give
it's a
them a
different
choice.
way. Yeah.
Good point.
So
All right. That's pretty messed up.
yeah.
How you doing, Akin?
Not good.
Is it time to give the explosives to Lore?
I'm not going to blow them up.
Not them.
Maybe. But my goal is to solve this in a way that is as few casualties as possible, because as soon as we make a move that makes them hostile, they're gone.
Yeah,
And
I
I don't
agree.
want that.
And we have to weigh that against the charge I was just given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a
Well-
lot to accomplish in a day.
Well, we got some info from them actually.
Okay. All ears.
Dad's the best for leaving me that badge because it has come in so handy. Like the best.
Glad to hear it.
I like to think that somehow Akin just got a bottle of something because he's just like, God damn it. you drinking right now is both Martel and Akin at the same time.
Any more of that Korean brandy?
Yeah, the little bit of the Corellian whiskey that's left, it just kind of hands it to him.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Are you okay? Well, anyway. Well, that's kind of how we were able to like go talk to them in the first place, earn some trust. We did mention that there might be bombs in the arena to them because we didn't want anyone to die. So just in case they were there, we wanted them to get rid of them, even if maybe that was dumb on our part. So we took that risk.
We weren't going to blow up the arena. It was fine.
Yeah, very true. There wasn't explosives. They just said there was like hollowed out the like things ready
Where are
for
the
explosives. Yeah.
We checked the apartment. If they're not in the apartment and they're not planted yet, where are they? Unless they're in the ship.
Oh. Yeah, didn't you say he was gonna blow it up or something? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. And then also in exchange, we were kind of like going back and forth a little bit. Everyone is coming tomorrow at noon. All these important people to the arena. There
Our
are
time just went up a bit.
Yep. There's penthouses at the arena, so everyone like stays there. So that's probably why they wanted to blow it up, is because just everyone's there.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's going to be a big party. He pre-games, the Baldemiro guy. He totally pre-games. So
I
we
think
might be
Sai's
able-
kind of eyeing Alcura over, like wondering if she even knows what that means.
Laura's doing the same, like,
you might get the sense that she's sort of just echoing what she's
She's just saying what she heard and she has no concept.
I love
So
that.
adorable.
Alcura, have you ever pre-gamed before?
what does that mean again? Or what do you think it means?
Tell me what you think it means.
No, hold on. You have to tell me what you think first. Then I'll tell you what it actually means.
Like a party? That's
So
what
you
it means,
pregame
right?
the party.
What?
You pregame the party.
So a party
So
before
what's
the
it mean?
party.
There you go.
Yeah? Okay. So but it's not like getting ready for the party. Like decorating, like, you know, it's not like that.
It's getting ready for a party when you're an alcoholic, basically.
Oh, okay.
Some people want
Pre-drinking.
to already be fairly loose and influenced by the time the party begins. And that's what the
Oh.
pregame is about.
Oh,
You're
okay.
fun when you're messed up. So when you show up, you want to be fun, right?
Oh, yes. Okay, God. Well, okay, so he pre-games. You tell. Okay, thank you. Please don't judge me.
That's okay.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask about things you don't know.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that next time.
Here in this group, not always.
Yes.
No, yeah. We meet with Baldemir. She's like, "What's a pregame?"
So have you been drinking already?
Look, guys, the party's in an hour. Why are you drinking now?
Silly, you're not gonna remember anything for the real party.
Alkur's gonna show up and be like, I already pre-gamed.
I love this.
I appreciate you guys having laughs, but there's one thing I'm sort of concerned about.
One?
Yes.
We left that ship with all of the bombs and know
Oh.
that there's more of that person's people here. Could they
Yeah.
not just go and get the stuff?
Well, now the Crymor people know where they were gonna hide the bombs.
Yeah, but they could just
There's
change
that.
their plans. They could plant
They
them
can-
somewhere else. They can.
Crash the ship right into the place.
Okay.
Tor's never gonna forgive me, but we gotta go detonate that ship.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking that on the way back, and I probably should have said something sooner. I'm a little rushed.
I spent the whole flight trying to wonder what I was gonna send to Gura for a message. I was a little distracted.
She's the one path person.
Yeah, we gotta go back and take
Could we
care of
just
that.
disarm the bombs? I really don't want to keep blowing things up.
We don't know where they are,
Are in
and
the walls.
they seem to be remotely detonatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
knew you were on
second
a
we
ship.
start tampering with them, he could blow the 6 or 7 others he's got in there. Our best bet, and don't worry, I'm an expert at this. We slave the ship to this one. All right? We get it to take off, leave the atmosphere. He'll assume we're taking the ship, or someone is anyway, trying to make away with it, and he'll detonate them.
Okay.
How close do you have to be to slave a ship?
I'm gonna have to get on board it first. But I don't have to give away what I'm doing until I'm back on this one.
Do you think we can do all this before tomorrow? Because tomorrow afternoon is our window that we have to be there.
Yes, I can do this now before we take a rest. It won't take me long. 10 minutes. Although that encryption might get in the way.
I was thinking, and if the ship is still there or not.
I know they might have already taken it. I don't know why they'd leave it. If you guys were
We have the
tampering
key card. They might not be able to get into it right away.
Yeah. Oh, I had one more thing. Can I say it really fast before I forget?
Yes.
Okay. The Atkins friends said that the Crymora badge probably could get us in, like, easy. Get us in to the highest levels, easy. So there's that.
Is that somewhere we want to be?
Potentially, because I guess it just depends on what we want to do. But then Akin and I, on our way back, we met this guy that was totally cool. And he saw Akin and he saw me. And I think he assumed, and we were near the arena. And I think he assumed like Akin was my bodyguard or something, like working with Crymora, you know, like I was like really cool, you know, at least I think that's what he thought. But anyway, so he invited me to go party with him at his special like box in the arena tomorrow and like bet and stuff. So like that could be a place we could kind of watch everybody.
I was thinking, I mean, you're right. That might be an option depending on how we want to approach this.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd prefer a high vantage point outside of the arena, somewhere I can sight my targets and one after the other, and then we can disappear. But we also are concerned about who's fighting. We're concerned about what might happen between these different factions.
I mean, I
We don't
feel
know if
like
there's gonna
I
be
need
shielding.
to be. I feel like I need to be in there to see if my dad and my mom is there. Like I can't be outside. They're not going to be outside.
Well, yeah, you're right. I don't think. Do you think they're bringing them for the arena?
That's what you said.
Yeah, I know. And then I thought maybe Tor, and then I don't know.
Well, I mean, they could all be there, so.
There's too many variables. There's too many things to plan for. If we have to get in, that is 100% a viable method.
I feel like I don't know how we want to like do things or if we want to split up or what we want to do, but I feel like I have to be in there. I cannot take that risk.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if my dad's in there and I miss it because I'm too careful, I can't, or my mom, I can't do that.
No one's suggesting that you can't go
Yeah.
in. Maybe we should find out first before we put ourselves in the middle of the Empire and the Crymora.
Well, that's the
And the
problem.
huts, not to
is
mention.
No one seems to really know except for the people in charge. And the people in charge are going to be the ones up top partying with everyone tomorrow.
Okay. Is there
So-
any way we can question the person in charge before then?
That might play our hand too early, right?
Maybe.
If we're like, oh, who are you fighting? By the way, oh, my name's Okura. Oh, head family. Oh, hee. Like, I could do it with, like, you know, some workers, like, employees. I don't think I could do that with, like, Baldemiro.
Well,
So,
we
like, I
separate
can
him
get
from
in the
pack,
door, but, like,
put him
going
in
to,
a
like,
private room.
what?
Separate him from the pack, put him in a private room, ask all the questions we need to. And then if it turns out that we have to be in there after all, maybe Baldomero shows up after all.
Is this Baldemiro guy on your hit list, son?
I don't know, Aaron. Is he on my hit list? Did he send the information over?
Has not sent information over yet.
I guess I don't know yet.
Hear me out. If we know where they're going to be tonight, do we know what type of people they're into? Because we could try and seduce information out.
Alcura's learning so many things today.
Lord Alcura right now is killing me.
Okay, there's a difference between, like, getting a little cute flirt on versus, like, seduce. What are we talking about? Like, I
I
can,
am
like,
very
wink a little bit. Is that what you're talking about?
Like, you know,
Oh no.
buy some drinks, you know, make them feel like you're into them. But I'm not saying you need to do it. Like, I could try. More of the intimidating person, though, not.
I'm
flirty
having.
person.
I'm envisioning. You guys, did you remember watching the first Charlie's Angels?
Oh,
No.
a long time ago.
I was
No.
like
That movie
6.
came out 25 years ago.
The movie? Not that long ago.
Oh,
The movie,
Yeah,
not the
that long
show.
ago. Yes, the movie. The show came out like 50 years ago.
Okay, well, whatever.
For-
Anyway, I digress. The point is, I'm having this vision of when Lucy, shut up, you're not that far off. Anyway, he's old, bitch. Anyhow, there's a scene where Lucy Liu is walking into the office and she's like in like a leather suit with the little.
Ironically, this is the one scene I remember from the movie.
Was it? Vix, tell me that's not true. It can't be. It probably was.
Yeah,
It probably
I feel
was
like it's
2000.
gotta
It definitely was.
I was like,
Oh my gosh. I
probably
was
12 or
8.
something when that came out. Yeah.
12.
I was a
Oh
little
wait,
bit older
I don't
than
know
that,
what.
insane.
Hold on, I gotta see what.
It was
Yeah, it came out.
2000. Vix
Oh,
just
two-
said it was 2000.
Oh, okay. I
So
was
25
Yeah.
years
My
ago.
goodness.
Yep.
Ouch. Ouch.
I
Anyway,
feel like a baby here now. Oh my goodness.
continue. Oh.
Okay. I still think though, from what it sounds like,
All of you. Disadvantage on the chat. Anyway, continue.
from what it seems like only like the top people, like 3 or 4 people that are at the arena right now, know what is actually happening. So
Right.
I
Well, that's
do
what I'm
worry
saying.
though, if we like go in too early, like we can't even blend in with a crowd. We're gonna make a huge mess, and then maybe they'll even divert everything if we kill someone beforehand, or
Yeah, but
Who
if we
said
can find
anything
one of
about
them
killing?
outside of the arena ahead of time and we can probe them for information and make sure that they can't tell anyone what happened.
like how?
Well,
Embarrass
something
them.
you leave to me after you leave the room.
It's okay. You don't need to know the details.
I am just saying I am worried about doing this in the wrong order.
I hear you. And I
So-
agree. But the problem is, if we're leaving gathering information about who's going to be showing up until hours before it happens, that limits the amount of time we have to plan for getting people out alive if we need to.
And getting the targets and everything we have
Right.
to do tomorrow, and making sure everyone that we want to be safe is safe.
The more time we have to prepare, the better. But you're right. There is an inherent risk in approaching any of them before the hour of reckoning is upon us.
Yeah.
I think it would. I mean, can we come up with kind of an escape plan now and then rely on like sort of the crowd to help us find out what we need to and hide in that?
Trying to figure out what we need to figure out while the games are going on, while we have to assassinate targets, while they've got guards everywhere and 1,000, 10,000, I don't know how many civilians wandering around, makes it more complicated. I agree. Like, again, we may be playing our hand too soon, but if we don't get the information we need now, then we're trying to gather it on the spot while risk is at the max.
Yeah.
Shortens the amount of time they have for someone to figure it out, but it also drastically shortens our time to prepare.
There is a possibility that no matter how hard we try, that's where we end up anyway.
Yeah.
That's true too.
I mean,
So we need to consider that seriously as a possibility.
You're not wrong.
if
See, this is why I miss Tor. This is exactly where he would step in and say, "This is how it's going to go. Don't
Yeah.
worry, I've got a contingency if it doesn't, and you can
Yeah.
rely on me." And everyone in the room would believe him.
Yep.
And I don't have that ability.
Well, at the very least, Alcura, you've got your badge,
yeah,
and we've got me.
yeah.
So I'm your bodyguard. I'm your clone. You fit right in. I fit right in.
Yes. Yes. If The I don't know, like I always forget like everyone's abilities, but the the penthouses, I mean, you think we could even maybe not necessarily talk to people, but like scout out the penthouses and maybe find out information that way? Or like sneak into someone's penthouse if they're like busy.
I mean,
I mean, I'm
infiltration
sure
is
we
one of my
could.
specialties.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a little less risky because then you're not like talking to people, you know. I think that was my biggest hang up.
Yeah, you,
We can
you get
find a
caught. It's
data
the same
pad.
situation all the same, though. They're going to
Yeah.
raise the alarm.
True.
I mean, they probably have a data pad somewhere lying around that's being unattended to, or, you know, deliver some drinks, get them drunk, grab the pad.
Sing him
leave.
a song.
My song.
We can check out the penthouses. We can check their digital information.
Sure.
We can
We
you
could
know, we can question people
probably-
we come across if that happens.
Mhm.
If we come across one of the bigwigs, that's an opportunity we might not want to say no to, especially because it's very possible that they show up tomorrow with a Crimora Syndicate founding family member and a cloned Mandalorian bodyguard and
Yeah.
a silent partner who they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
If
oh,
we
go
can,
ahead.
if we can find like even someone who works there and get like a uniform or something, one of us can sneak into on top of that.
Lore. It's gonna sound weird. Do you think you could fit in my armor?
Right. But how tall are you?
Like 6'1"?
She's 5'7". We could try. She'd be a little short.
Aren't you a little short to be an Akin?
Too a little short to be a clone trooper? If that works, Sai, you can make yourself look like one of us. Lore's in the armor. I am the disguise.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah, it could work.
Or if
Of course, I
we'll
need
see.
I need to
God.
recharge the batteries on this data pad before it'll do anything like that again.
Is my disguise the badge then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, then here's my proposal. First, we need to deal with that ship. If we don't,
All right.
we're looking at Hellfire tomorrow.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Secondly,
Usually check and see if it's there. Mm-hmm.
well, yeah. If it's not there, then we have to expect Hellfire tomorrow.
Yeah.
Secondly, let's sneak into those penthouses. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can dig up. If we manage to come across information or an opportunity for one of these bigwigs, I still think we should take it, no matter what the risk is. I mean, if we're willing to risk it to sneak into the penthouses, we may as well risk it for the big ticket. And then,
Question, Aaron.
Mhm.
Did my dad ever tell me who, like, his brother who may have inherited Crimora, like what his name was? Do I have anything like that? Or would he have been open about that? I'll just leave it up to you to decide if you want to or not.
I don't know. That's something that, do you think he would have talked about his past with you, or is it something that he would have like?
I think he was still fairly open about it. Maybe not all the time, but like he
Yeah.
would be honest if she asked him questions and stuff.
I don't even know if I have that information. I feel like
I never came up with it either. I just
Okay.
didn't know if
Uh,
he doesn't even have to be involved. I just was
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
in
just
case
curious.
you had something.
Yeah.
So
it's maybe.
okay.
I would imagine that he probably did mention names and stuff like that, but whatever happened to him, who knows? Because he kind of, once he fell off the wagon, he never,
Yeah, who
checked
knows
in.
if he's even in charge or anything. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's okay. The only thing is if there's like, I don't know who's in charge of, like technically my family, like the Morrison family. I don't know if they're invited here. It might be like my uncle.
Be selective who you show it to. Be selective who you make claims towards. Yeah. And if you find yourself in a pinch, then you have us to rely on.
Yeah. And like, I don't know how comfortable I would be like killing him.
Anything you're not comfortable doing, you don't have to do.
Or any of us doing that. Unless, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just don't know.
Priorities is to keep each other safe. If we have to do something that we don't want to do, like, you're not comfortable with killing him, and if we need to, one of us can take that.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Like, our priorities are getting our people out of here if they happen to show up.
Yeah.
Keeping each other alive and keeping this psychopath rebel off our backs. And, that's all I want to do. But if this family member of yours wants to take a shot at you, you better believe I'm putting them down.
Yeah. I'd like it to be maybe my call, though. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, it's your call up until the point that he starts firing at you.
Or one of us.
Or like 3 strikes you're out sort of thing. Okay. You know what I mean, though. I just don't want to kill someone.
No one's
used to be
jumping the
important
gun
to my
on killing
dad.
your
You know.
family.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Just if we're in a weird situation with all these people we're supposed to randomly kill now and stuff. So.
Yeah, it's messy. And should his name show up on my target list, we'll have a chat.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Joker for real. That's why I'm not. That's why Sai in no way is agreeing to those terms Courage to put forward. 3 strikes, no.
They're very
Points of
silly.
last strike, he's going down.
3 shots. Listen, it has been confirmed. Anybody in a helmet can't see shit.
Yeah.
You want
they'll miss.
You want to mess up a Mandalorian? Put a 5-year-old directly in front of their kneecaps. Boom. Anyway. All right. A general plan is laid.
Yep.
Scout out the penthouses. See if you can find information there.
Mm-hmm.
And then play it by ear from then. From that point on.
Try and figure it out.
Step
Basically.
1 was the ship. We're going
Right.
to try to dispose of it.
Oh,
See
yes.
if it's there. Yeah.
Then we go to the penthouses, and kind of a semi-third step is if we happen across one of these people who actually knows what's going on, we want to take advantage of that situation.
Heard.
If Alkura wanted to talk to Sai, can I do that now, or would you rather wait till next? You're like trying to end it.
I'll give
Either
you a
way's fine with
choice.
me. I don't
You can do that, or you can see if the ship is there.
Oh, we can see the ship is there too. That's fine.
It's up to you.
What do you want, Sai? Would he, if Alkura wanted to take him aside, would he be like really focused on the ship, or would he
I
be
guess
"Can we talk after?"
I as a player am confused by the way Aaron phrased that. Like, is it if we have this conversation, no, we don't get to check on the ship? Like, Or just
before,
not
yeah,
right now.
not
For
right
the
now.
end of the
Just
session.
just a session.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like,
Okay,
how
then
does
let's have
do
a
we end the
conversation.
session?
I feel like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we'll check the ship beginning of the next episode. That's fine with me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cool beans.
So yeah, I'll like kind of be like, sorry, we should talk.
Yeah. All right.
Let's
Get
see if this
over here.
armor thing works, Lore.
Fair enough. We're gonna go over here.
Yeah. Size like closes the door behind them.
Okay,
Yeah.
hi, how are you feeling after our little weird cooldown that wasn't really cooldown? We just did a bunch of stressful things.
Yeah. I'm not so great.
I'm listening.
Things have been ugly since, well, since Cabre, since the beginning. And they're only getting uglier. We have enemies on every side. And we've got so much invested in what we're doing right now. Everything every one of us cares about is invested in whatever's about to happen. And yet the only thing I can think about is how close I was to becoming like them. So much so that I was willing to let this lunatic blow the ship with me in it just to not become like him.
That's why you did that.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. At the time, I believed it was because it would be showing him not everyone will play his game. Not everyone will be twisted. But that's not the truth of it. I don't like that I already am.
So I like didn't I haven't like, you know, gone on a huge like this is how my parents met, because I know you guys like always roll your eyes at it. But like the way they raised me is like really how I view everything. And the way that they raised me is with the very deep-seated belief that you're never really too far gone. You can always turn things around and change things and make things better. I mean, that's what both of them did, really. I mean, both of them did things they regretted and their lives weren't good. I mean, my mom's probably objectively more okay, but she had stuff she regretted too. She killed people that she didn't want to kill because of the war. And
Yeah.
my dad did horrible things. Like, he doesn't even tell me all the things he did, but I know they were really bad. And my dad always told me if he can change, a lot of people can't. And so I mean, today was bad, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you're already saying you regret it, it's not like I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes change is kind of like an uphill battle. It's not something you're going to be perfect at.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. Just because I let myself get more like them doesn't mean that I can't go back, and doesn't mean that we can't still do some good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There's still this part of me that thinks that sometimes the most effective tool is the one that doesn't I'm thinking like they are. And I don't know. It's an effective way to think.
Probably seems easier, I think, in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, we're fighting well-equipped, well-established organizations that are doing that. And so coming up against them with what we have and not willing to make the sacrifices they are feels a little hopeless sometimes. But I don't know. I know if the situation was reversed, that Tor would figure out a way to get me out without hurting a bunch of people. And I gotta hold on to that. There's a way.
I think so.
We don't have to do what they do. How are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't tell you this before, like, we went into everything, but when I was meditating, there was a really big impression to me, like, with how dark everything is. And I know that it's always been like that, but with so many people, I can feel it in every breath I take, type of thing. And I think that's why I got so upset, is, I want to leave things with light and hope for people. And, we do it a lot. We do it almost every time. And that's why I really liked being with you and with Lore. But I can understand, though, why, if you're really scared for Tor, because he was like I don't know, was he like a dad to you? I don't know, he seems like he was. But,
Well, I'd like to think that he and I had something sort of akin to what you and I have. I was just a boy, really, when I was welcomed to the Ember Wings. One of the youngest ever. And he taught me everything. Everything I know.
So I get that that would be scary. That whole thing was chaos anyway.
It was messy,
So,
but it doesn't excuse my behavior, and you have nothing to apologize for. I didn't consider the consequences because I was angry and scared, frustrated.
I think if we can just do, especially this thing's like emotionally charged, like by 20,000 billion times, because everything's going on. I just want to make sure we don't regret it.
This
We can
might
do that.
get ugly. It might get uglier than what we've been through already. But I promise you that I won't fly off the handle. Tactical, calculated decisions every step of the way.
I believe you.
But you be careful too. You've been under a lot of pressure. And, if things do get messy, you gotta hold on to that good in you.
Yeah. I just gotta make sure I react with the choices that are gonna save people. Sometimes it's hard to know in the moment. Yeah, I'm freaking out, but at least we know, like, it looks like there's kind of like a pathway. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm ready to leap in if I see my dad or anything. I just hope I can. I don't want to just like sit by helplessly and like not do anything.
We're gonna do everything we can.
Mhm.
Everything we absolutely can do.
Okay.
And if we fail, At least we failed knowing that we did our best.
Yeah. I don't
One
think
more
I can
thing.
think of failure. Yeah.
If I say we pull out, we pull out.
And leave them?
If it becomes impossible. Yeah. I'm saying this knowing full well that it might be Tor and no one else in there. No one benefits from you dying.
Oh, like they'll pull back to fight another day sort of thing.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, as long as it's not like we'll just give up and then we go do something else, I guess. I
No,
can agree
no.
with that.
We never give up.
Mhm.
As soon as we do, they win.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. We're good though. We're okay, I promise.
Yeah.
You don't have to
We're
make
good.
any more comments about how you're the worst person ever. Okay.
Oh, I'm not the worst. I'm far from it. But I just don't like being on their side of neutral.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Well, let's go do something super cool then and help a lot of people, and then maybe you'll feel better.
I believe you that time.
Okay.
You guys go back to the other room, finding Akin going like this.
Yes, I wash it.
And Lore is just like looking like the kid in Christmas Story, but with armor. just like this.
Can't
Lord,
put
can
my
you put your arms
down.
Let's see. I need to change this. And this. Footsteps go by on the metal grate. And as they go by in front of the force field that is activated, they walk past this guard. Ven and Asidus sit on the bench next to each other. Asidus' arm wrapped around his wife. There's a lurch. She looks over at her husband. Wherever we are, I guess we've arrived. He squeezes her close. And the camera fades to black.
Nice.
And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Nice. At first I thought they were like near our ship, and then they were like, "Oh, he's doing a scene thing." Oh, that's fun.
Love it. Love it!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Powerful stuff.
Ooh, woo, woo, woo. It was so much fun. What are you talking about?
Gosh.
They have poor Laura. She's about to fall asleep. It's okay, Laura. We're done.
Struggling for sure.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I do
Just
feel
came
like
from 4 hours of work, so
No, you're good. You're good. So much this session.
I do feel like with all that emotional growth though, that maybe a level up is in order. I don't know.
Emotional growth level up.
interesting.
I wouldn't say no. I'd be okay with that.
I'd be fine.
Every once in a while, you gotta
Anyone
try
would
for it.
complain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been
So-
a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a while because it's only been like what 4 sessions since the last time. 4 months. It seems like a while. It's
Yes.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you to all of the raids that we had this evening. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
We had the
Yeah.
Grouch Couch and Jordan CFJD. Thank you guys for trusting us with your peoples. Grouch Couch, Avi, we love you and we'll always love you. So thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Jordan and friends, thank you for, coming and hanging out. And I hope you guys had a great time. Those of you who are still here, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, Joker, praise the mother. May she be praised. All those 0 level NPCs.
What, 3
They're
experience
like
points
dozens of
each?
them.
Yeah, exactly. They all add up. They all round
Yeah.
up to like half a point each.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But
It's all
the
good.
building itself had to have like what 10,000 XP. You know?
Yeah.
What level
Yeah.
was that building? It seemed like it had a whole lot of levels.
Yeah, there was 80 levels in that building. One could say.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of experience to me.
I should get like 80 levels then, right? Divided between the 4 of us.
Right. Obviously. But yes,
We're gonna
hopefully.
take on this arena, no problem.
Now you have to explain that to them. Yeah, it's fine. They know. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll see Alcura. We'll see you guys on Sunday for your game. Sai, we'll see you guys on Monday for your game. And Sai and Lore for Monday for your game. Akin, we'll see you Wednesday. If we don't, decide to fight for freedom or whatever, as we do sometimes on random occasions. And then, I think we have another game coming up soon. So
Yeah. We don't have to wait like a whole month this time. I'm so excited. I can't
yes,
wait.
we have another session coming up in a couple weeks. So hopefully everything works out and it'll be super great, super dramatic. No, I'm sure it won't be dramatic.
It won't be dramatic. What are
Nah.
you talking
With this
about?
group, I don't know.
Yeah, we're not dramatic.
I love that as
Drama into the game.
soon as you started lying to our faces, you turned blurry. So that's pretty great. Sai.
Lie detector.
Did he turn blurry?
That's my tell. This
your
is why I never win at poker. I go blurry. whenever I'm playing.
He automatically casts blurred image on himself
So
every time.
good.
All right. Well, you guys have a great night. May the force be with you all. Stay fey, be brave, and the safe word is mango. Bye.